This is the new Charming Strip Stashbuster Ruler by Creative Grids. It was designed to simply and easily cut 5-inch charm squares and 2.5-inch fabric strips for the popular little patterns that have been designed lately. It comes with very visual instructions, but really the ruler is simple enough to use that you hardly have to refer to those. It has nothing on it to distract. It's 5 inches wide to cut your strips, and then it has sub-markings to cut your 5.5-inch squares. There's a 2.5-inch line down the center to help you cut your 2.5-inch wide strips, and if you choose to make half-square triangle blocks from your charm squares, you can square them up with this little marking at the bottom. There's extra wide grit on the back to keep it from sliding. To use the ruler, lay it down on your fabric to cut your 5-inch strip, and you can cut across yardage, you can cut across fat quarters, or you could cut from your stash. If you want to take your fabric now and cut it into squares, you first want to remove your selvage. Then you'll turn your ruler, use the 5-inch markings, and cut across your strips. There's also a 2.5-inch marking, and you could lay that down and cut 5-inch by 2.5-inch blocks, and those are called bricks. If you want to now take the remaining strip and cut it down to 2.5 inches wide, use the dotted line down the center of your ruler, lay it along the raw edge of your strip, and cut along your ruler. To subcut this into squares, you simply turn your strip around, lay the ruler on it so that the 2.5-inch lines are along the raw edge of the fabric, and cut. Again, as before, you have the option of cutting the whole width of your ruler by 2.5, which is going to give you the 5-inch by 2.5-inch bricks. Now, if you took two different fabrics and you cut your 5-inch squares, you could take those and place them right sides together, draw a diagonal line across the light colored fabric from corner to corner, then sew 1/4 inch on either side of that diagonal line. Last, you want to cut along the line that you drew, and that gives you your half-square triangle block. Open it up, press your seam open, and then using the ruler, line the raw edges of your block up with the marks on the ruler and the diagonal line along the seam, and then you can trim away the excess. That will leave you with a 4.5-inch half-square triangle that's ready to be used in a quilt. The ruler is simple, straightforward, no distractions. This is available at your independent quilt shops.